It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. Good morning. How are you?
I am wonderful.
I am wonderful as well.
There you go. Whoop, whoop.
There you go. I'm David Stroud, Scooter Scott Callies. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Gigi.
Good morning, Gigi.
Just had to say that.
Right?
I hope you have a great day this morning, Gigi. I really do.
And everybody have a great day today.
Yes.
It's nice out.
It is.
50,
for now.
55 when I left. Yeah,
I think
it goes
drops.
down.
Yeah, it drops during the day. I'm like, oh, it's
Right.
supposed to be like 20-something tonight. I don't know. We'll look at your forecast. But
Yeah. We'll see what
it's going to get chilly.
We'll see what their forecast says that I read off of a screen that was totally wrong on Tuesday.
Yes, yesterday was a great temperature day.
It was a beautiful day.
We took the girls' wrestling team outside,
Nice.
made them do what's called the Murph.
What's the Murph?
Oh, Murph is brutal. Now, the girls don't do the pull-up part, so we adjusted a little bit, but they got a 1-mile run,
Okay.
and then they do 100 push-ups, 200 sit-ups, 300 squats,
Oh, my
and then
goodness.
another mile run behind it, and that was for warm-ups, and then we hit the bleachers.
Well, you got to be conditioned for what they do.
Yesterday was a rough day.
That's a lot. At least it was a beautiful day for it.
It was.
So
Great
they
day.
probably loathe beautiful days. They're like, I hope it's freezing out there today.
I don't want to go outside. They can't. There's no witnesses out there. No, they knew it was coming. Like I said, we're able to beat on them a little hard this week.
Yeah.
And recoup next week. So
That's good.
boys don't have that luxury. They are competing Saturday at their regionals. So
Good.
which is right here in Mountain Home, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Right here in Mountain Home. Anybody wants to come by, and you have to get tickets. You can buy them online, or when you're there, they'll have a little tablet where you can go in and purchase them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sure, you get
But it
tickets
is
there.
the first annual regionals,
Very good.
so we're hosting them right here in Mountain Home.
How are they doing in the standings?
They're doing really, really well. I think they'll get through regionals without a problem. I think most of the kids that need to get through, the boys
Yeah.
are ready to go, and they'll get through where they need to be at. So
Yeah. So the whole team will be there? Or most of the whole team will be there?
The whole team will be there, but only the top 4 will advance to state. So you got to
Okay.
finish in the top 4 of each one of your brackets.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Very good. Well,
It'll be exciting.
we hope the best for them, and they need that conditioning because wrestling is a tough sport. It needs a lot of stamina.
Yes.
You got to be able to go multiple times. And
It's bad enough having one match that, 3 rounds, and then realize that you got 4 more right behind it.
that's what I was about to ask is how many.
You can have 5. 5 in a
Five.
day is what
Yeah.
the state level is.
Yeah.
So you can have 5 matches in a day's time,
Yeah.
which is a lot.
Yeah, they need all them push-ups and squats and running, and because it's going to make them better.
And they'll have to, have some snacks and drinks along the way. They it takes a lot out of you, so you gotta put more into you, but you just don't want to eat a bunch or drink a bunch,
Sure.
or makes your stomach upset putting that much pressure out. So,
Oh, yeah, you don't want to be out there with, eating way too much, and the next thing you know, you're blowing chunks.
I've seen it. It
Oh, I
happens.
bet you have.
It happens. People, they'll think, well, I need to be hydrated, so they'll guzzle a whole thing of water right before going out.
Oh, no.
And they don't realize water will do the same thing. I mean, if you just you sit there and sip on it between matches, just
Yeah.
kind of keep your levels up and be ready to go.
Sounds good. All right. Well, we wish them nothing but the best, and we know they're going to make it to the state championship. There's no doubt about it. You've got some great wrestlers.
I think everybody that's planned that they know should make it will make it. I think.
Yeah. Good. All right, let's start off with Roller Funeral Home. With all our respect, they have 29 in the state, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. We sure do appreciate them in our time of need when we lose a loved one. They sponsor the morning prayer, so let's pause now for the morning prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this country. Thank you for watching over us, and thank you for watching over our little neck of the woods, the Ozarks. We know that we may not always be on our best behavior, may not always be the best Christians, but we always try to strive to be. And we just thank you for always giving us that chance to be what you think we should be. We thank you for watching over our children, our first responders, and our military. And with this, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect, give them a call at 870-425-2161. Ask them about pre-need service. It's always good to have a plan in place, the way your family is taken care of. And, maybe you have certain ideas of how you want it to go. And it is your funeral, so.
Yeah, you should have an idea of what you want for yourself. And
right.
Not to have your loved ones burdened with that when they're dealing with the loss.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a tough time in our lives. We, never want to lose anybody that we know, but it's inevitable. None of us are getting out alive. So have a plan in place. Give them a call, 870-425-2161. And, if you can't afford to pay it all up front, because sometimes that happens, you can do a payment plan.
Yep.
And then that way it's all paid for, and you get it locked in at the prices that are today. That's the best thing about doing a pre-need service, is that whatever it's going to cost in today's numbers, that's what you pay. So 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, you know how everything goes. It goes up. It doesn't seem to go down.
Yeah.
So, 30 years from now, what it costs for a funeral, it could be triple or even more. So it's good to just lock it in now. And that way, it's done and family's taken care of. So give them a call, Roller Funeral Home, 870-425-2161. Have a plan in place. We'll go ahead and take a break for Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team.
You know how many times I've seen that and I laugh every time?
Right.
It just doesn't get old.
It doesn't get old. I'll see you downriver. I've never been in a boat before. Well, you'll sink or swim, buddy.
There you go. Sink or swim.
But Bob and Linda Zadora is not going to do that to you. They're going to take care of you. They're not just going to list and leave. Yes. They're gonna make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. They are real estate agents that know how to take care of their customers. They've won many awards for that, and we've spoke about this before. And Bob Zadora said it's not about the awards; it's about the customer service. But the awards is about the customer service. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Exactly.
And so you don't win those by sitting on your hands. You win those because customers were happy enough with you to put in a review. Review, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're in a small town area, and I can tell you right now that Bob's goal, and Linda, I'm sure it's the same way, is that they don't care who they run into at the grocery store or at Walmart or whatever. They want people they've worked with to say, hey, that's my realtor.
Right.
They want them to be proud after.
Right.
And I'm talking years after.
Years
they want
after.
Proud of the decision, proud of what they did to help, and
Yeah.
that is their goal. They want to make a difference rather than just buying or selling a house. They want to make a difference in your life. They want to help with that transition, and they want you to know everything going in. And they're just great people. They just really want to help.
That's right. And like Bob always says, right home for the right time in your life. Yep. So you may have bought one through them 15 years ago, and now something has changed. Maybe you were single then. You bought a starter home, just for yourself, and now you have a family, and you got another little one on the way, and you need a bigger house. So it's time to sell that small one and get something a little bit bigger, or go the opposite way.
Which is where my family's going to be dealing with, my dad, mom and dad. They've got that big farm. And it's just getting to be too much, and they need to downsize, and that's the direction that they're going to be looking, and that they specialize in that.
Exactly.
Bob and Linda specialize.
Senior real estate specialists.
Yes, they can help you downsize. They can help you figure out what to do with everything, how to make all the transition, and how to make it work for you.
Yep, they're going to take care of you. With that, let's take a look at the White River, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team. Look at that, it's got some cloud cover that came through last night. We had a nice little storm about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That is Cotter, Arkansas. Man, look at that, water is up. It is the horseshoe bend of the White River, and I'm going to repeat it later, but it's up because they're generating 4 right now. So if you're planning on going on the river today, make sure and wear your life vest. Well, it's always good to wear it no matter what.
I hate it when the river's up because the fishing is so hard to find.
Yeah.
You got to get up in the coves and the little nooks. You can't
moves it around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can go to retiredarkansas.net and find this beautiful view of Cotter, Arkansas. And if you're looking to own a view like this, their MLS listings is on there. All their listings is on there. And I do believe there might be one that's in their neck of the woods for sale. I need to go back and take a look. But you can do that by going to retiredarkansas.net and find your little slice of heaven here in the Ozarks. We do love living in this area. Scooter and I are a fan of living in Mountain Home, Arkansas. I think you will be too if you don't live in this area. But if you do live in this area and you're just looking to change homes, like we were talking about earlier, maybe you're looking to downsize into something a little more manageable or move back with family, you're going to, if you do leave the area, you're going to relocate to a different state. Bob and Linda Zadora can help you find a realtor in that area that is like-minded and taking care of you. And so give them a call, 870-405-0793. You got these neat camera views that'll move around, zoom in and out of different areas. You see the Rainbow Bridge there to the left. Somebody's crossing. They're going into Cotter right now.
Oh, your fisherman's back, by the way.
He is.
back yesterday.
See, I got to thinking about him the other day, and I thought you were probably right that he was here vacating, because there's a lot of Airbnbs down in Cotter now. A lot of people have been buying the homes up and fixing them up real pretty. And, what better place to come to Cotter, Arkansas and stay in an Airbnb. They got a nice couple of restaurants, especially eat breakfast there at White Sands, and then go fishing every day while you're here. And maybe not now. Maybe the old boy lives in the area.
Maybe he went to go visit some families, now back.
Yeah, he's back.
We're going to go with that.
Yeah. But if you want to visit Arkansas, retiredarkansas.net has a lot of reasons why, a lot of vacation points, and it's just a plethora of information about living in the Ozarks, vacationing in the Ozarks. And like I said, they have the MLS listings on there. All of their listings are on there. It's a great website, very user friendly, easy to navigate, and you can find these beautiful views of Cotter, Arkansas. See how it zooms in and out. I like that it zooms in on the train station. It's really cool when you catch it when a train's coming through. That wide angle is really cool when a storm's passing by. The lightning at night, the thunder. It's you can't hear the thunder, but Anyway, it's really cool. Take a look at it at retiredarkansas.net. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, give Bob and Linda Zadora a call, 870-405-0793. They are licensed in Arkansas and Missouri. So if you find something in Gainesville or Bakersfield, somewhere, not too far up into Missouri, but, across the border there, give them a call, 870-405-0793. Realtors you'd recommend to a friend, we recommend them. They really do have a commitment to excellence. They will take care of you. And I've said this before, Scooter agrees, have Linda stage the home for those pictures.
Yes.
It makes all the difference, because we have a lot of people that are moving in from out of state, and what are they doing? They're going online. They're going to their website. They're seeing the pictures of your home, and you want to have that curb appeal like driving by, same as in those pictures. Please don't be in the picture, sitting on your couch, right? So they want to think of them living there, not you living there.
I can see that.
Right? Anyway, let's take a look at the weather, brought to you by the Z Team. In Mountain Home, Arkansas, it's 54, Harrison 47, Batesville 65. Well, isn't that the spread?
All right, do me a favor, and I just need to make sure that they were having an issue with the drop down updating. So click on like Batesville where it says 65. Real quick, does that show 65?
And now it's at 63.
Okay. All right, so it's
So
pretty
it's close.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
They're fixing it, but
Yeah.
it was way off yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so this is put an asterisk by each one. Batesville 65, Yellville 53, Marshall 56, Salem 59, Mountain View 59, Calico Rock 59, West Plains, Missouri at 61, Springfield, Missouri at 41, Poplar Bluff at 57, and St. Louis at 46. Goodness gracious. It's a morning, isn't it? National Weather Radar shows heavy activity in Nebraska and Iowa. You got a little bit here in Kansas. This storm passed through last night, running through Arkansas. Now it's
Brought some heavy rain.
It brought some heavy rain, like we need more rain. But you can see it's heading up into the northeast. You can see a tornado watch from the south central part of Arkansas to the northeast part, into the boot heel of Missouri, and into the east or western part of Tennessee, the western part of Kentucky. As that storm passes northeast, just be careful in those areas, because you never know when it can turn into something. Sometimes it turns into nothing, but they do have a tornado watch in those areas. 7-day forecast today, 20% chance of thunderstorms and partly sunny. High of 54 tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 26. See how it drops. Friday, sunny, high of 44. Friday night, mostly clear, low of 25. Saturday, partly sunny, high of 51. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low of 34. Sunday, it's sunny, high at 60. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, low of 40. And on Washington's birthday, Monday, partly sunny, high of 64. Norfolk Lake water levels at 556.32. Level is 4.32 feet above full pool. They're generating 2. Bull Shoals Lake water levels at 661.04. Level is 2.04 feet above full pool. They are generating 4. And that is a look at your weather, brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. Give them a call, 870-405-0793. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, looking to downsize, upsize, it doesn't matter. Commercial
You
real
look for
estate,
somebody to
land.
talk to, give her a call.
You just want to talk to somebody?
There you go.
There you go.
Those are the people.
Yeah, we'll take a break down. We'll come back with some community news.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Tomorrow night, we have Greenwood at Mountain Home. And
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Coming home for the basketball game. But you can still watch here on XL7-TV and all of the cable stations that we're on, Ritter and Next and all of them.
You name it.
Yeah, you name it, we're on it. You can go to our YouTube channel and watch the game. And if you can make it to the hangar, that would be even better. Pack the stands for those kids. They love seeing you there, love the noise. And you ought to see the student section.
Oh,
usually
it's fired up.
Yeah.
They're fired up.
They go
You'll be
crazy.
there doing production of it.
I'll be there doing production of it, so I get to watch, but I get to watch the computer screen because you got to focus. If you watch, you got to focus. You miss going to commercials if you don't.
Been there.
But yeah, so Greenwood at Mountain Home, it will be tomorrow night starting at 6. And then remember that the wrestling team will be Saturday. What time does that start?
10 o'clock. 10:30, I believe.
10:30
will be a
so
10:30 start.
Be there for them also. These kids love it when you're there rooting them on. I think it actually makes them play better, wrestle better, when they see.
Come to the game, and then we'll have the big transition after the game, which will be late.
Right.
Moving everything over and getting mats laid and getting everything set up that night.
Yep.
But, and then come back Saturday and enjoy some wrestling.
There you go. Very good. The City of Mountain Home will hold its regular scheduled meeting tonight at 6. The City Council chambers of the Municipal Building. What'll be special about this one is Mayor Adams presents the state of the city at the council meeting tonight. Items on the agenda include an ordinance to rezone a property from commercial C3 to residential R2, a resolution to amend the 2022 budget, consideration of 2023 budget adjustments for donation account funds, approval for the Water and Sewer Department to purchase a large track hoe and buckets, an ordinance to purchase a large rock hammer, and of course, as I said, the State of the City address by Mayor Hillray Adams. You can also watch that here on XL7's Facebook page.
Yep.
And so that'll actually be a good one to watch. I mean, they're all good ones. Don't get me wrong. But to hear the State of the City addressed by Mayor
And
Hillray Adams.
it'll be on the TV channels as
It'll
well.
be on the
So you
TV
watch
channels
it on
also.
the cable or if you get it by antenna or whatever.
I know that is 26.1 on
26.1 by antenna, yeah.
by antenna. Yeah.
And then all the cable networks are different. So
Yeah.
if you're watching this show, you're on the right channel.
Exactly. Very good. And this is always cool. The Friends of the Library book sale. Today is the opening day at the Baxter County Library. Starts from 8:30 to 5 p.m. And they have many hard cover books under $3 and paperbacks priced at $1. Proceeds from the Friends of the Library book sale benefit library programs and services. You can round up your purchase at checkout. That's always appreciated. And they'll have that, like I said, starting today, but also Friday 10 to 5, Saturday 10 to 1. And usually on Saturday, and it says here, items are half price, and a $2 per bag sale starts at noon. So it's everything you can fit inside of a bag for $2. But remember,
It's a pretty good deal.
It is a great deal, but you don't want to wait until Saturday because you might miss all the best books. And we're talking
It's like starting off at noon to go to a garage sale. All the good stuff is gone.
exactly. So it starts today, and we're talking $3 for a hardcover, under $3 for a hardcover, and $1 for a paperback. So, but then at the end, you can't make it. You get a bargain. You get a bargain for coming
There
at the
you
end.
go.
Very good. All right. Mountain Home High School Career Academy's Empty Bowls to Feed the Hungry Soup Dinner. Thursday, February 23rd. That's coming up here. 4 to 6 p.m. at the Mountain Home High School cafeteria. All proceeds donated to the Food Bank North Central Arkansas. $10 per ticket. Purchase includes choice of soup. First 150 attendees will be able to choose a handmade ceramic bowl to keep, non-refundable if the event is canceled due to inclement weather. Purchase can be made from individual students. You can contact Beth Ivins, B. Ivins at mountainhomemhbombers.com or Christy Lawrence at clawrence@mhbombers.com. And the French Club is having a chili supper that was moved from the beginning of this month to Monday, March 7th. And that'll be 4 to 6 p.m. at the Mountain Home High School cafeteria. It's $5 for a bowl of chili to go in a to-go container. You can order by contacting Christy Lawrence at clawrence@mhbombers.com or purchasing tickets from French Club students. Make checks payable to MHHS French Club. This will help them go to Canada, French-speaking
That's
Canada.
awesome.
That is awesome.
All right, well, our guest couldn't make it in today, so we've got a
What are you
couple
gonna do?
videos. It happens.
Yeah.
Things pop up last minute, so we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to watch some videos.
Perfect.
Be right back.
Enjoy.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
There is a delight in the hardy life of the open. There are no words that can tell the hidden spirit of the wilderness, that can reveal its mystery, its melancholy, and its charm. The nation behaves well if it treats the natural resources as assets, which it must turn over to the next generation increased, and not impaired in value. Conservation means development, as much as it does protection. Theodore Roosevelt. In the early 1900s, President Roosevelt held a White House conference on conservation. As concerns about natural resources and wildlife grew, Americans were spreading west, replacing vast forests with cities, cropland, and pastures. Arkansas was changing, especially the wildlife. Elk, bison, and swan were completely gone from the state. Ducks, quail, and fish were harder to come by. Something had to be done. In 1915, Act 124 was signed into law, and the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission was born.
In 1916, Arkansas's first game wardens were hired for $80 a month, and they had to provide their own horses. Times have changed, and so have our tools, but the call to protect our state's wildlife and natural resources never will. I take a lot of pride in knowing we're all carrying on the legacy of those original 9 wardens.
In 1918, the Migratory Bird Treaty Act was passed. Unregulated hunting had caused populations of many bird species to decline sharply, and market hunting posed a similar threat to North America's waterfowl. The act set federal regulations on the hunting of migratory birds. And nearly 100 years later, that means plenty of ducks for us today.
During the 1920s, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission took steps to increase the deer population in our state. As late as the 40s, the deer population remained bleak in Arkansas. Hunting was closed in several counties. But progress was being made, and with the help of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, record harvests have become the norm with each deer season. One of the state's oldest and most successful fish hatcheries was dug by hand and by mule right here in 1928. As director of the Game and Fish Commission's Fisheries Division for many years, some of Joe Hogan's innovative principles for raising fish in ponds and transporting them across the state are still practiced today.
In 1937, the Pittman-Robertson Act provided federal assistance for projects to restore, enhance, and manage wildlife resources. Arkansas has used millions of dollars over the years for habitat projects just like this one.
In 1945, Amendment 35 became effective, making the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission an independent state agency. This gave the commission much needed stability and ushered in the way we still do business today.
This place is legendary among duck hunters. Thanks to the foresight of game and fish managers and commissioners nearly 70 years ago, this place is now known as one of the best places in the world to hunt mallards and floated green timber. Alameda is one of the greatest places for the public to come hunt, and we're very fortunate to have it.
Thanks to the Dingell-Johnson Act signed in 1950, when you make purchases like this, you're actually giving back to fishing in our state.
In 1951, this beautiful place was completed. It's been stealing the hearts of fishermen for generations.
At the request of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, NBC came to film a live duck hunt in 1956. And more than 250,000 ducks filled the air in front of the cameras on that day, and outdoorsmen have been flocking to our state ever since. 7 years later, I produced the first of many long-running fishing shows shot here in Arkansas.
How about that?
That's pretty solid, yeah. Appreciate your help.
Yes, sir.
Now, technology has really changed, but the thrill of filming the great outdoors never will.
We were known as the bear state long before we were known as the natural state, but black bears were almost hunted completely out of the state of Arkansas. Today we have over 5,000 bears in the state, thanks to the reintroduction effort in the 1950s and 60s. This reintroduction effort is recognized as the most successful reintroduction of a large carnivore in history. And we're very proud of that.
In 1971, hunter education classes began in the state of Arkansas. First and foremost, the Arkansas Game and Fish wants to make sure every hunt ends safely. It is something that has given me peace of mind and helped me to enjoy our hunting even more.
Can you imagine this beautiful spot being underwater? That's what would have happened had dams been put in place in the late 1960s. In part, thanks to the Arkansas Game and Fish, this became America's first national river, the Buffalo National River. Hundreds of thousands of people come to the Buffalo National River every year.
Elk once roamed Arkansas far and wide before the settlers transformed the landscape. Against the odds, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission brought the elk back beginning in 1981. By 1998, the herd had grown large enough for a limited hunt. I got this one in 2004.
We're known for our miles of trails, wild game, and breathtaking views. When the 1/8 cent conservation sales tax passed in 1996, it gave the Game and Fish Commission much-needed funds to keep creating the habitats and improving the quality of wildlife our state reveres so much. It's nice to know that everyone in the state has a hand in helping nature.
I started my boat company right here in Arkansas.
And in 2001, Game & Fish made boating safer for everyone by instituting boating education courses.
In 2001, the first of 4 Arkansas Game & Fish Nature Centers opened in Pine Bluff. Part classroom, part museum, part playground. These nature centers offer visitors walking trails, exhibits, and hands-on fun.
My love of fishing started long before we founded the Ranger Boat Company. In 2012, the Arkansas Game & Fish Commission resolved the minimum flow issue with the assistance of a lot of people. Now, trout have the habitat and conditions below Bull Shoals Dam to grow and thrive, and will benefit generations to come.
More than 100 years later, it is our mission to continue to carry out the legacy President Roosevelt once spoke about. Cherish these natural wonders. Cherish the natural resources. Cherish the history and romance as a sacred heritage for your children and your children's children.
This is our Arkansas.
My Arkansas.
My state.
This is my outdoors.
My weekend.
My life.
This is my everything.
This is my calling.
This is my legacy.
Thank you, Arkansas Game & Fish Commission.
You make the deer woods great.
You make the fishing great.
You make my state great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Arkansas Game & Fish Commission.
Thank you for protecting our most valuable resource for 100 years.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we're here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going? See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed?
Few people have a lukewarm reaction to the sight of a black bear. The most typical response is probably fear, followed closely by a sense of wonder. For some, black bears are a symbol of wilderness. For Myron Means, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission's black bear biologist, bears elicit respect and admiration.
Their physiology, the lifestyle that they've evolved into, a feast and a fast lifestyle, you know, being able to go without food for 4 to 5 months at a time, have a gestation period, give birth, wean cubs, they're a truly remarkable animal.
The story of Arkansas's black bears almost ended tragically. But now, it's literally a textbook example of wildlife management at its finest.
It was thought at the time of pre-settlement that Arkansas had maybe as many as 50,000 black bears in the state, and we were unofficially nicknamed the Bear State. Through the time of settlement, 1700s and 1800s, bears were market hunted for their fat, and they were almost hunted to extinction in the state. And by the late 1920s, the General Assembly of Arkansas actually made it illegal to bear hunt, to kill a bear in the state, but by that time it was almost too late.
As few as 3 or 4 dozen bears persisted in southeast Arkansas, in the bottomlands where the White and Arkansas rivers meet the Mississippi. But in 1958, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission embarked on a plan to bring back black bears.
They brought 254 bears in from Minnesota and Manitoba, Canada, and they released them at sites in the Ozarks and Ouachita mountain ranges.
Arkansas Game and Fish released bears over a 10-year period. Historical upland forest had been cut down, but their rebirth gave rise to rich wildlife habitat.
That population flourished under those conditions, and it was so successful that by 1980, Arkansas Game and Fish Commission was able to reopen bear season in the state.
Bears are back, a natural part of the landscape, as they were before our forefathers set foot here. Today, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission regulates bear hunting and keeps close tabs on the natural state's bears.
Population's thriving. We estimate that we have 4,000 to 5,000 bears in the state.
Black bears inhabit the Ozarks and Ouachitas, as well as the lower White River area.
Those 3 populations, we kind of treat them as distinct populations. There's not a lot of immigration and immigration back and forth into those populations from one another.
Bear season takes place in the fall in Arkansas and is controlled by various regulations and a quota system. The season has a set length, but also closes if hunters check a certain number of bears. Over the past 5 years, hunters have taken an average of 422 bears per season in the natural state. Considering there were less than a few dozen bears here just 90 years ago, it's one of wildlife management's most incredible success stories.
No other natural resource agency has ever reintroduced a large carnivore as successful as Arkansas Game and Fish Commission has. It's considered the most successful reintroduction of a large carnivore in history, not just Arkansas or the United States, but around the world.
To maintain that success, Myron Means and the Game and Fish Commission's bear team constantly monitor the state's bears. And while harvest numbers are instructive, they only tell part of the story.
Total length is 55. It's really critical for us in monitoring our bear population to kind of have an idea of how many bears are coming into the system, as well as how many bears are going out of the system that are harvested during the bear season. Well, the way we monitor how many bears are coming into the system is to have a good distribution of collared females across bear range. Of those collared females, we'll go in every year and do cub counts if they're in a cub cycle, or yearling counts if they have yearlings with them, because the cubs will stay with them for actually 2 den cycles. So by doing that, we're able to monitor reproduction effort and survival effort of those cubs up until the time they're a year old.
Radio collared female bears are tracked to their winter dens. Bears with cubs then get a visit from the Game and Fish Commission, giving us a deeper view into the black bear's world and the work that ensures a robust Arkansas bear population.
We're going to go quite a ways further down, but I just want to tell everybody from here on down we probably need to be as quiet as possible. She's just right down below the hill here, but we still have probably another 75 yards. This is a female, black, no chest blaze, and she is 5 1/4 pounds.
Keeping track of Arkansas's black bears requires an understanding of the number of bears leaving the population as a result of regulated hunting, but it also requires insight into how many bears are entering the population.
Arkansas's bear population is really good and really healthy, but it's not like we have 20,000 black bears in the state. We only have 4,000 to 5,000 bears in the state. So it's not like you see bears all the time. So unless you go in and put your hands on females with cubs, and unless you have good data from year to year to year, you really don't have any idea of what's going on with reproductive rates of our bear population.
Game and fish biologists have attached radio tracking collars to dozens of female bears across the state. That representative sample allows wildlife managers to track birth rates and cub survival and make informed management decisions. But first, you have to get to the bear den. Reaching a bear den in the Ozark National Forest isn't the easiest task.
The experienced mothers like to have their cubs in very remote, hard to access areas. Typically they're going to den down in deep ravines and stuff like that, and a lot of times they're pretty hard to access.
With the bear den just 20 yards away, biologists Myron Means and Matt Melson quietly prepare the drugs they'll use to sedate a bear that, contrary to popular belief, is not actually hibernating.
A lot of people think bears are true hibernators, and they're not. They can go through periods of kind of a deeper sleep, but they can also arouse immediately. Even though it's really cold and all that stuff, when we do these den surveys, those females, when we go in, they can hear us coming, it wakes them up, and they're always aware of what we're doing. Some of them are more aware than others. Okay, here we go. She has at least 2 cubs. She can hear two different cubs feeding. We just started her, and it'll generally take 10 to 15 minutes for the drug to take effect. Boy, I'm glad I got her in the neck. God, she's huge. She is big. She's got a freaking head that wide. She's always been a big bear. Man, that's a pretty good adrenaline rush. If you're an adrenaline junkie, that's a pretty good rush. Especially when she raises her head up and looks at you 3 feet away. See how her eyes are twitching, jumping. She wouldn't pass a field sobriety test right now.
15 to 20 minutes later, it's safe to begin the den survey. The first step is taking care of Mama Bear.
That drug dries out their eyes. They can still blink a little, but they don't have anything to lubricate their eyes.
Adhesive bandages keep dust and debris out of her eyes and also aid in calming the female while the rest of the den work progresses. The main focus of this research is the cubs, which give wildlife managers a window into the reproductive success of the state's bears.
Black, no chest blaze.
Biologists record identifying characteristics such as color and other markings. They weigh the cubs and take a series of measurements, including body length, chest circumference, and foot size. By plugging the measurements into a formula, wildlife managers can better estimate a cub's age and determine its developmental progress compared to known averages. Over time, the information gathered from these remote bear dens allows biologists to track trends in the bear population and adjust regulations as needed.
You know, if you impact the population too heavy on bears, instead of rebounding in a year or two like maybe a deer population would in an area or something like that, you're talking about a population that may take a decade to rebound.
Because bears have relatively low reproductive rates compared to
at such a high harvest rate, and to allow our reproductive rate to come back up to where it needed to be, so we didn't have drops in the population overall. It's kind of the checks and balances.
On average, Arkansas's black bears give birth to 2 cubs every other year.
And the gestation period is only about 65 days for a bear, which is extremely short.
Cubs are born in January, weighing a ½ pound or less. They gain about a pound a week until they emerge from the den with their mother in April. The black bear's den cycle is another natural marvel.
Once she enters that den cycle in mid-November, she will not eat, she will not drink, she will not urinate, she will not defecate.
Bears can recycle intestinal nutrients during the denning process. They also can convert nitrogen from urea into amino acids that aid in muscle development.
And they can actually come out of a den cycle, lose 25% of their body weight, which is all fat, and still have more muscle mass, 5 months, 4 months later when they come out of a den cycle with cubs.
Before this den survey ends, the adult female will get a thorough examination. This bear received new ear tags that identify her as part of the Game and Fish Commission's bear research.
I'll face it the opposite direction in case we can see her with binoculars. We'll have it coming pointing in both directions.
The bear cubs go back into the den with a mother bear who's showing signs of waking from her slumber.
Yeah, she's moving real well already.
Black bears are one of the natural state's most dynamic and fascinating animals. And thanks to the work of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, the story of Arkansas's black bears continues to inspire.